Hello friends, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you'll consider subscribing to my channel if you're enjoying the instruction that I'm giving you. It's 2021, which is so crazy, and a new year calls for a new series. So I am starting my practice hack series. Over the next several weeks, we are going to be talking about different specific techniques that you can use in your practice to take your playing and your practice to the next level. So today we're going to be talking about practicing with the metronome. I know it's everyone's favorite topic. Now, I'm willing to bet that you have probably heard from online or from your teacher maybe that you should be practicing with the metronome, but maybe you're not sure why or how, and that is what I'm going to cover in this video. So first, let's talk about why to practice with the metronome. The metronome is going to help you with so many things. First of all, it's going to help you have an accurate rhythm. The metronome doesn't lie. Playing without the metronome, it can be very easy to just have your rhythm all over the place. The metronome really gives you an unbiased opinion and lets you know that your rhythm isn't correct. The three most important aspects of playing an instrument, I think, are intonation, rhythm, and dynamics. It's important to practice with the metronome so that you have accurate rhythm. Reason number 2, the metronome keeps you honest. So when things are easy, we naturally want to go faster. And then when things get a little bit more difficult, we want to go slower. And the metronome stops you from doing that, or hopefully. The metronome makes sure that you're playing everything at a consistent, even speed. Reason number 3, the metronome actually helps you learn to play faster. I think the best way to build up the speed in a piece is with the metronome. So you start at a marking that you feel really comfortable with, as slow as you need to make sure that you have everything in line. So I mean, accurate intonation, good rhythm, dynamics, everything. You pick a marking that you can play it at, and then you gradually increase the tempo. So how exactly would I do that? Well, say I started day 1 at 40. I would work it up to 50. So I'd probably play 40, 42, 44, 46, and then 50, and then stop for the day. The next day I would come back and I would start a little bit higher. So maybe I would start at 44 and work up to 54. That way you're always pushing a little bit past what you did the previous day and starting the next day a little bit faster as well. Reason number 4, if you ever want to play with an orchestra or with a chamber group or even just with a pianist, you're going to have to be able to keep a beat and follow a beat, which the metronome will help you with. Little side note here, I highly recommend just buying an actual physical metronome. I really do not like the metronome apps, at least for me personally. I know if I'm on my phone and have my phone on my stand while I'm practicing, I'm more likely to get distracted. I've also found that not all metronome apps are exactly accurate. So I really recommend just getting a physical metronome. I will link one in the description box here below. Now, how do I practice with the metronome? I do think it's definitely a learning curve at first. So I advise all of my students to do this. Practice without the metronome and focus on, intonation, dynamics, everything like that. And then practice with the metronome and only focus on playing with the metronome, at least at first. Because playing with the metronome and just playing are two different skills. Two different skills that we need to learn and we need to eventually combine. But at first, when you're practicing with the metronome, only focus on playing with the metronome. I have my students play their scales with the metronome. So if you've never played with the metronome before, I think this is a great place to start. So I'll put my metronome on at 60. I have 3 steps here. First step is basically just to play half notes. So 1 note per bow, 2 notes per click. And so on. Step 2 is to play 2 notes slurred. So think half notes, 2 notes per bow, but 1 note per click. And so on. Step 3 is to play 4 notes per bow. So think 8th note. 2 notes per click and 4 notes per bow. So again, that's a great place to start if you've never played with a metronome before. If you're having trouble staying with the metronome, here's a few things that you can do. You could clap with the metronome. And what I really like to have my students do is verbalize, so sing with the metronome. Say you're having trouble with the 4-note slur, so playing off the click, then you can just bump up your metronome marking. So if I was at 60, I would put it at 120, so twice as fast, and I would play on every click. And then what I would do is switch back and forth between 120 and 60 until I feel comfortable playing in between the clicks at 60. Let's talk about how to play your pieces with the metronome. So I think you should break up your piece into different sections, depending on how long it is and the difficulty of each section. And each section should have a specific metronome marking. So first you would learn the notes, just no metronome, make sure you have all the notes, and then just start again with the metronome as slow as possible at 40. And then gradually work up the speed like I have already mentioned in this video. So if you are not already incorporating the metronome into your practice session, this will skyrocket your playing and your practice. Thank you for tuning in to episode 1 of the Practice Hack series, and I will see you guys in episode 2.